Hi everybody, welcome to day 60, day 58, 59, I didn't do any videoing, but day 60 is the kiln opening, and it was a mixed firing, and you'll get the gist of that when you watch the video. I've cut it down. We were out there for about an hour talking about these pots that come out, failures and successes, and I've took out all the sort of nuggets of it. What this following video does is it shows you an insight into how we as potters look at our work and how we look at other people's work, or how other people see our work. So Alex's reaction to some of the work is different to my reaction. That's interesting to watch. I think it's interesting. It's quite funny, and it shows the pragmatism that you need when you're a potter. You know, Alex is an exceptionally good potter, and the reason he's a good potter is that he pushes the envelope all the time, and he's pushing himself all the time. But when you push things, you have failures, and you don't see them as failures, you just see them as stepping stones. So I had fun. We had fun today. We had a laugh, even though it was a bit disappointing in parts. It was good. Here's the video.
That one's okay.
Okay, I'll set this up. Right, observations on the firing that came out. We had a slight problem with the fact that we've got one of those trivets. These trivets that we stood the pots on had got wet, and they went in wet, and they've all exploded, and all the pots. Can you pass me those ones up from there? Double ones. They've all rolled off their trivets. So
all gone.
All gone. So that was the disaster.
That one might be saved.
This one could be saved because we can, or Alex can grind it, and then he puts gold, almost sort of kintsugi type of thing on it. But some of this is fantastic.
That one's okay, it's oxidised, but that's not too bad a surface.
Right, so that's the failure of the kiln.
That's all failure.
And over across there, we have
some major oxidation spots and all that. Probably from the vases bunging stuff up, actually.
So they're failures over there, those jugs. But this is what happens when you're not used to putting the work in the kiln, and it's a new kiln for people. And switching the stack, putting big pots in the bottom.
We thought we'd experiment. We said it'd either be good or it'd be bad.
It would be an experiment with the whole thing, and it's 50-50, I think.
Yeah.
Normally I get 70, 20, 70, 80 out of 100 I'm happy with, but this is a 50-50 firing, which is what happens occasionally with pottery. But that's the failures. Right now the successes. Let's have a look at the successes.
That one's quite nice. I'm happy with that one. That one's done something really quite nice.
Well, what is it about? It's interesting to ask potters, what is it about that makes you like that?
It's the orange peeling's nice. I don't know.
Is it just that it looks? Is it that it looks and feels nice?
Looks and feels nice. It's not gone wrong, which in this firing, you know, if it's not come out broke, that's a bonus.
Every dark cloud.
You know. It's just this is what I want off this Shino.
So that's more like what you were looking for.
That's what I'm after.
Right. Okay.
This is where it's on too thick for me, so it crawls too much. I don't like that.
So let's have a look for the camera for that then. So there's that and that.
That's the same one, a bit thicker.
That's the same glaze. If you can see there, that's on a slightly bit thicker, and that's what he's looking for. Is this pinholing and the flashing and the oranges. That's the same glaze, but it's on thicker, and you can see how it's crawled.
So I'm just wanting to get rid of that.
Still a nice pot, but that's what he's looking for. So someone else might love that and not that, so you never know. But as it's us that's making these things. I think our choice in the first bit is
we're the ones that matter.
They're the ones that matter, the ones that please us. We've got to carry on making them.
Again.
That's another nice one there. You see.
That one would be nice if it hadn't got a chip out of it.
Oh yeah, is that where so much touched it?
Yeah, that's where one of the vases has rolled onto it.
Well, the vase has rolled onto the edge there. You could put a little bit of gold. You could put a bit of gold on that.
Yeah, but I mean,
you're like me.
I don't like.
You're like me.
Patching.
You're like me. They get one chance, don't they?
Yeah, that one's got. I mean, that's a bit. That's no. That's a no. I think that's a no.
That one's oxidised there. You see.
That's best at firing. Unfortunately, rather than a large vase, it's the smallest tea bowl.
Yeah, that's Alex's best pot of the firing. Unfortunately, it's the tiniest one. But
well, that one's right. Nice as well.
That's a jewel.
Them two are really good.
Those two are jewels.
All the little ones have done all right. The little ones have come out okay.
They're all alright then, actually, aren't they?
They've all come out all right.
They're nice. They've got a really nice sort of lustre to them.
Yeah. So that's that.
So that's a success.
Yeah.
Right. So what would you do differently next time, apart from the make sure the trivets are dry? Yeah. But that's a given. That's a given. But as far as the firing itself is concerned, apart from that accident,
well, that oxidation spot, we don't know why that was. That might have been because everything blew up, and because we had a vase in the trough.
Yeah.
And we've blocked off at the back with another vase. Yeah. So it might just be the pull was altered from those blowing. See, we just don't know on that. A lot of this was experimental. That one's not too bad. That's an okay one. That'll polish up okay. Yeah. As a vase, just got to do. On vases, I don't mind a bit of gold because it's a vase. It's just to look at. But I know functional. I don't want to put glue on something functional.
No, that's true. As we were saying in the last video, they were on trivets like that, and that's where you've got the glass forming there, where it runs and drips from this wood ash that's run here. So that's a success.
That's all right.
That's a nice pot, that, and it's balanced nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then there's nothing wrong with Alex's throwing because he's probably the best there is. There you go. That's it.
I'm all right.
I'm all right. Right. Yeah. So.
That's all right. That's crap. Rubbish. That's rubbish.
We do have a swearing filter on at the moment.
I don't like that. I mean, I like that. That was an experiment anyway, because I put the glaze on, then I put wood ash on, then I put more glaze on, then I put more wood ash on to see what had happened. And that's what happens. And I don't like it.
And that's what happened. That's you find out that's not good.
That one, even though it's oxidised quite a lot, it's actually quite nice. It reminds me a bit of Io, the moon.
Yeah.
And I think that the calmness of that is quite nice.
Yeah.
Got some little bits from the explosions hitting it, but you can do something with the vase. So that's the one that was blocking the flame path.
Right.
It was in the front at this end. Yeah. So that one's okay.
So really what we need to do is we need to have another fire in.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Terrifying idea.
The thing is another fire in, but without the chaos in the bottom of the kiln.
Well, the next one is going to be lower temp because it's for the celadon. So that's going to be celadon and porcelain. So that's that's going to be cone 9 to 10, not 10 to 11. So that'll make a difference. But overall, disappointed.
Well,
but it's what happens.
But initially we are always disappointed, aren't we? And then there'll be little nuggets that come out of it in the next day or two. You'll think, well, that's all right then. Well, I've actually had firings in the past where I've actually got one pot out that I thought that's a gem, and all the rest of the crap that went was worth it.
Yeah.
That one. The one with the blue one that I've saved.
Yeah.
Although the firing was okay, even if I'd lost everything else, the possibility of using that pot and developing that pot is worth it. You know, so.
Yeah. Well, what we've got, I think, is that one's. No, it's because of that. So that's scrap. That's all scrap. I don't know. What do you think on that one? You like that one, don't you?
That's all right.
I might do some. I'll let that. See if that one grows on me. That one I quite like. Its calmness. So that's actually, at least I've got some of it. This is just a bit boring. It's a bit boring. I've just boshed these out for glaze tests really. That one could have been nice. Don't like that one. Not keen on that one. There's no wrong with it as a pot, I just don't like it. But I suppose I could sell that cheap because I'm not keen on it.
Somebody might love it.
Yeah, that's it. I've you know, why is that one more expensive than that one? I like it more. That's basically the answer.
It's usually I want to keep it.
I want to keep it.
I'll put a high price on it because I'm not bothered if it's.
That's
nice.
all right. That's okay-ish. It's bloated a bit and stuff. I just put a load of ash on it. It's a little bit applied though. It's a little bit forced. You know, these would be nice in a salt kiln, I think. But overall, them are all right. Maybes. That's okay-ish.
Hang on, let's have a look.
That's bloated quite a bit, you see. So there's a fruit. I don't think that can sell because that's bloated. You know. I don't know where the second one of my neighbour's boy has gone.
It's there.
Oh, there. Oh, I thought maybe it had disappeared. Maybe it had vaporised. So he's going to be all right with them. So that should be okay. That one's bloated too much, so in washing it and stuff, because of the bloats, it might crack in it. If someone puts it in a dishwasher or hot water, it could blow because of the bloats or something. So we've got quite a bit of bloating, which might be my fault for deciding to fire it after the news said I should.
Well, it did go to 1300 degrees, didn't it?
But you know, that's nice.
Yes, that bloating is that close to the black clay that's in
yeah, it's the manganese, I think. Because it's overfired. It's the clay's overfired. But you know, I say
it
that's
was on its limit, wasn't it?
I push it. Well, that's where you get interesting things. It's where you get a lot of failures, but it's where you might get interesting things. So that's a nice one. So that's a good one. We've got some good. That's a nice one. That's right nice. I like that one. Yeah. You know.
Good.
They're nice. It's all the ones that are the same style that have come out. Okay. That one I'm not keen on that. Actually, form's not very good, and it was just it's got a bit of an oxy spot, so that's a failure. That's a failure. They're his. They're definitely. Someone might like it. It's a little bit too. I had a little play with putting layer upon layer on, and it's boiled there and stuff. But you know, the rim's nice, the weight's nice, the form's okay. I might put that on as a second at a show. I'll give it for a raffle or something. I don't know. That's interesting. That's actually really textured. That's ash. That's wood ash, but it's really.
And it's not the fact that it's not got arsenal, because it's got.
No, because it's got two hot.
It's got two hot, isn't it?
So I've never seen it do that before.
There might be just some
weird
rubbish in the ash. It's your ash, isn't it?
It's not my ash. It's my ash.
Not my ash, is it?
Yeah. No, my ash is sieved and everything. That's okay. Pity about that. I know. Overall, slightly disappointing, but it's you know, you take your chances. What's your favourite?
My favourite.
And it can be one of them, I suppose, but I doubt it would be.
No, I don't. No, I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that one because that's got like kitchen sink thrown at that. It's got
half the kiln thrown at it.
It's got half. It has had literally had half the kiln thrown at it. So that's quite nice. That one there. I like that pot. It's got a little jewel on there from the ash. That's got a lot going on it.
Yeah.
There's not a bit of that isn't interested. Even the bit where it's blown out. I don't think that detracts from it. I mean, I'm looking at it from a person who's not made it. When you make it, you look at it differently. This is the thing that people don't need to understand, is that when we look at our own pots, we have a totally different viewpoint to what other people see in it. But
Well,
I love that.
That's why I asked you.
I love that. It's got burning on it, it's got a jewel on it, it's got wood ash, it's got burnt bits where stuff's flung off it, it's got all this crawling. The pot itself is a beautiful pot in its own right. No, that's the one that I would, if you had to make a show of these, that's the one I'd put on the flyer.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, well, see, that's...
It was like that Matsuzaki one I saw.
Yeah.
When it had smashed and it had broken by his kiln. I said, oh, I like that. And it ended up as...
There's bits of it I just don't like. I don't like when it goes... It takes a while, because when something's gone wrong, like the trivet's blowing, you can't get that out of your head for a little while.
It takes days.
And look at the thing as it's on. But I can see I can grind off these sharp bits. I can put a bit of fill in that and a bit of gold, because that'll need that, because I don't want flakes coming off on people. That can be ground out. That's all right, actually. Yeah.
If that had come out of an anagama in Japan, it would be looked at a lot different.
Well, yeah, but it hasn't. So,
but it has to know.
So yeah, I mean that one is okay. It's a bit like a big one that I made years ago that someone bought from Mike in Bristol, and it's got all that crawling and mad, and that was one where I did a real experiment.
Was that one that had all that bits of bike?
Bits of bike on it and stuff. Yeah.
Stuff you scraped off the...
I just took the stuff off the floor in my studio and mixed it with ash and chucked it on it.
Yeah.
And I found
nuts and bolts and screws.
a little bolt that was supposed to hold something on my bike that I couldn't find appeared on the
I remember that. Everybody raved over it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. That's it.
So,
that's it. That's the firing.
Not brilliant.
Not brilliant, but not crap.
Not I have had ones where
disappointing. Initial disappointing, but I'm convinced that will be some nuggets come out of this.
Summit. I mean, I have had I think I've had a 70% failure rate there. But you know,
it has happened before.
I've had worse. I've had 100% failure rate. That's devastating. That is.
Yeah, that's like where's my job application for McDonald's day?
But yeah, these things happen. Yeah, we'll polish them up. It means I've got less to take home, so there's a bonus on that. It's quicker packing.
Less to take home and a few less to put on the website.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the stuff will be on the website. Some of this stuff will be on the website for sale. So I'll put a link in for Alex's website. You need to go on it and you need to buy direct from him, because some of these are mint.
Some are all right.
Don't listen to him. Right, we're going. Okay, that's it. Day 60 over. It's been a busy day. I've had my COVID jab this morning before Alex came over, and so that was okay. Went okay. I did say to them when they were giving the injection, I said, after the injection, will I be able to play the piano? And she says, oh yeah, yes, of course you will. Why? I said, well, I couldn't play before. See you tomorrow.